Hello, hello, and welcome to Things to Write Home About. Little free libraries are definitely, in my book, something to write home about because I love books and I love free books, such a great resource. My inner child gets excited every time I see a little free library. I decided on this occasion to bring some books to leave for somebody out there that might be into Anne Rice because I have found many good books on several occasions at Little Free Libraries. So I place the books inside the library and check out the rest that are there. And indeed, I find one that piques my interest. Oh, this is so cute. I'm going to take this. I have read this book. This is a good book. These two clips were filmed at different times. But after the free library, I continue on my way to the YMCA. Youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. Definitely things that I'm into, all three of them. In this video, I take you on a trip with me to the YMCA where I swim as my main workout. It is not only therapeutic, but also meditative, and I love it so much. Ideally, I like to get there with my swimsuit on underneath my clothes, especially now that it is winter and it's freezing outside. Some places you go to, it's still cold on the inside, so if I can save myself one step and a little bit of time, I'm very happy to do that. I peel off the layers and get into my system. I have developed a system that helps me stay organized, keep my things together, and move in and out smoother. When you live in an environment in which everything is systematized, you start to pick up on those kinds of things yourself. So this is one thing that I have learned over the years to develop systems, efficient systems, and I find that it works. Shout out to my mom and dad for the swimming experience in my childhood that taught me how to swim. After folding my clothes, I neatly put them away so that when I come back after my swim, I can just easily grab them and go. At this point, everything has its place. I always go for the long lockers. I put the bag on one side, put the shoes on the bottom with my water bottle, and keep it moving. The key is to keep it moving. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Speaking of moving, these goggles were hand-me-downs from my uncle. I love them because they remain clear and I can just swim, swim, swim. I keep a clear bag with my toiletries so I can see them and grab them as needed. Before I get into my routine, I like to put on my earplugs. They're not just to keep the water out as I swim, but also to keep the noise out. It gets loud and I like things to be quiet. And like I said, this is not just therapeutic, it's also meditative. So earplugs for the win. I put my items away in their places so I can easily grab them and continue on to my mini spa / workout routine. My idea for a warm-up is literal. I go into the steam room for about 20 to 30 minutes, 10 minutes at a time. I like to stretch. I like to bring awareness to my body to quieten my mind. And also, very important, to hydrate. So as I go in and out, I'm drinking water because swimming is still working out and you sweat, you lose water. So it's important that I go in there hydrated. Steam baths make you sweat, so it's important to hydrate and to replace your water as you steam. After the first steam, I go into the shower and take my pre-swim shower. I rinse off, soak my hair thoroughly with fresh water to mitigate chlorine effects. And I just have fun with it. It's very important for me to have fun, which is why swimming is the only workout that I do, because it's fun. So as I do all this, I'm making sure to have a good time. I haven't always had swimming as a workout routine, despite my love for swimming ever since childhood. It was not until I had turmoil in my life that I decided to take on swimming as a form of physical movement and grounding. And it has changed my life. I love it so much, and I just want to keep doing it and get better and better. After my pre-swim shower, I, at this time, can put on my swim cap and put my goggles over my forehead and just have them there ready to head to the pool. Although after I do take the shower, I like to go back to the steam room and steam some more. Like I said, I do this about 3 times for 10 minutes at a time. So yes, that's what I do. At this point in time, I am starting to feel good, as you can tell. I'm starting to warm up, feel those feel good chemicals in my brain. And that's exactly why I keep coming back to it. It's gentle, it's easy, and it is most importantly fun. It's very important to find ways to stay moving. I'm very grateful to have these spaces where I can go to move and to commune with other people that just want to better their lives. After the third steam session, my water bottle is definitely empty and ready for a refill. So I utilize the water fountain in the locker room. I don't mind water fountain water. It's most likely better than plastic bottled water. So I fill up my water bottle and just have my water ready for when I need it, which is after the swim. Depending on how I feel, I will either start the swim session with my fins and paddles or start without them and then use them later on. Sometimes I swim entirely without them, but they've been so helpful in bettering my technique. So I like to use them at least every time I swim. When I get to the pool, I will go into an open lane. If there are no open lanes, I will scan the pool for the best lane to share. Usually I go by the most chill swimmer and I signal to them if I can share with them or ask them, and they usually say yes. I plop into the pool to wet my goggles and my face, put on my goggles tight, and when I start swimming, I do not stop. I just keep going. I go by 15 to 30-minute intervals. Once I'm past the first 15 minutes, that's it. Just go until I'm in there for an hour, and I just change strokes and swim the whole time. My mantra when I'm in the pool is just keep swimming. Like Dory says, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. The fins and paddles propel me forward. They help me go faster and smoother, so I like to use them quite often in my practice. Because I love swimming, it's easy for me to get into a flow state. I literally flow with the water. I do flip turns, so I don't need to stop at the wall. I just go back and forth for at least an hour and more. I can do this for a long time because I just love it so much. Everybody deserves to have something that they love, that makes them feel good and that is easy to do. At the beginning of my swim session, I start with freestyle so I can get my energy going, so I can just expand that energy. I swim freestyle for 30 to 40 minutes with sprints in between. And then at the 40-minute mark, I will change to breaststroke for about 15 minutes because it is energy efficient. After about 15 minutes of breaststroke, I then swim backstroke because backstroke is rest mode and I can breathe easy. I just relax my back, I relax my neck and just look up and breathe. The whole time I'm swimming, I watch my breath, most importantly, and then I watch how my arms and my legs are moving. So I watch my breath and my technique. And I also pay attention to my thoughts. When I notice my attention moving to my thoughts, I simply direct it back to the present moment. I like to watch the water and to see how the light glistens beneath the water, see how the waves move as I propel forward. I love listening to the sound of the water. And this is what I do. That's why it's so meditative to me. At the end of my swim, I like to stretch those muscles and then jump out. And it feels so good. I then can go rinse my stuff off with fresh water, wash my swimsuit, take a shower, all that good stuff. Because everything is in its place, I know where to put things, right? I know what to pull. I take my toiletries and for my things, their respective bags because everything has its bag. Everything has its own bag. My swim cap and my goggles, they have their bag. My swimsuit has its waterproof bag. My paddles have a bag. The fins don't have a bag, but pretty much everything else. My body butter has a bag. So I take my shower, I rinse off thoroughly because chlorine water can get itchy. I like to lather as much soap as I can in my hair and on my skin to wash off any things that I don't want that might be in the pool. I wash my swimsuit with soap because it's very important that I have a clean swimsuit the next time I use it. After washing my swimsuit with soap, I rinse it thoroughly. I gently wring it and proceed to lather my skin with soap and take a thorough shower because I like to be fresh and clean. Fresh and clean. Fresh and clean. As a side note, I decided that it would be best to double up my locks because when I swim, my hair gets heavy from the water and I wanted my locks to have a firmer hold, so they don't pull down. Hence why I twisted two each to make them thicker and then interlock them at the roots. When I'm done showering, I like to moisturize. It's very important to moisturize after swimming because chlorine can be harsh. I take my swimsuit and wring it out in this suit mate thingy so it can get dry. Like I said earlier, everything goes back into its bag because this helps me keep track of my belongings. It sucks to leave the gym and then realize that you left something, and I don't want that. I wrap my hair so I can soak up some of the water with my cloth and then moisturize. By the time I leave this place, I want to be moisturized. Moisturized enough for the next 12 hours at least. When I'm done moisturizing, I get dressed. In this video, I am layering up because, like I mentioned earlier, it is winter. So underneath my corduroy shirt, I have a cashmere turtleneck and I have on a pair of leggings to keep me warm underneath my silk skirt. I wear the scarf on my head so I can hold my hair up because it's wet at this point and it will take a while to dry. I'm very happy. I'm clean and satisfied with the video footage. When I'm done getting dressed, I fold everything and neatly put it back in its place in the bag. I like to do a quick sweep, check and double check the locker that I used. Make sure I have everything because this stuff is valuable, man. I use it for my swim. So I do that and get ready to hit the road. At this point, I'm very happy about the swim. I'm satisfied with the footage. Very glad that I got the opportunity to film this and share with anyone that's watching. Maybe I get to inspire somebody to start moving. I know I'm a mover, so I need to move. It keeps me sane. I do one quick visual sweep before I step out of the locker room. Maybe stop to check out this free library before I continue on my way out of the YMCA. It's been a great swim session, and I'm very happy to get to share it with you. Woohoo! Because the days are shorter in the winter, it gets dark earlier. This is 5 p.m. and already it's getting dark. I put my backpack, my swim backpack away into the trunk and get ready to head home. It looks like it's 30 degrees Fahrenheit outside. I feel good despite the chill from having wet hair. I just swam and my brain is happy. So off I drive, go back home and have a restful evening. Thank you so much for watching this vlog on things to write home about. Please feel free to leave me feedback.